and you were working out in the off season, right? And he was blown away at how good you were at boxing, like just fighting, period. And that sort of started, if you will, the embryo of this that became the fighting league. Talk to us about how the network is being born. Like what happened that made you decide to do this?
Yeah, for one, you're right. Jay was instrumental, man, in introducing me to MMA. Even though I had a boxing background, my uncles were professional boxers or whatnot. But
Yeah, it's in your family.
yeah, it was. We grew up. It was in our family, and we. I spent a lot of my time around boxing growing
Yeah.
up. And then kind of fast forward to getting MMA and obviously have an opportunity to train with some of the biggest in the world, especially that mid 2000s, right? When MMA was pumping, it was so hot. It just got on the scene. You had the Chuck Liddells who I trained with and Tito Ortiz and Randy Couture's, Tyron Woodley when he first started, kind of coming in the mix there in the mid to late 2000s. And so, I had the opportunity just to be around a sport. That's what I spent most of my time with. After I got done with my football workouts in the off season, I was around these guys training. So, that kind of led me into the MMA space. That's how I launched Lifestyle Extreme Fighting. But I think more importantly, I mean, I've been very fortunate, and I kind of want to dive into this because it's never really been told this way. Outside of playing on the biggest platform in the country, which is NFL,
Yeah.
and one of the biggest global sports in the world, and then they're kind of rolling out these countries. I retired and got straight into TV. I went to NFL Network and for a couple of years, and ESPN a couple of years, Fox Sports a couple of years, and kind of rotated around all three networks. And so understanding TV and production is where I got my background at in the first place. That's why, when people when they watch our fights, I was out just about a week and a half ago, and I was doing some promotion for the fight. And the first thing that the guy, I think it was a Tampa Bay ESPN, he said, "Sean, we just had on your fights." I just want to say that the production is top notch. And for me, kind of coming from that field, I like to hear that first, and then the fights being great second.